Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Alpal here. So I don't usually do this all too often, so you'll have to excuse me being a little bit awkward here, commentating over this, but today we're going to be doing something a little bit different for our Doom video. Instead of just uploading a regular gameplay footage, we're going to actually be analyzing some of my attempts on this arena. So some of the things I'm going to be kind of looking at are kind of like first person shooter fundamentals, right? Like awareness and positioning. But also, am I using my tools correctly? Am I making good, quick decisions? Kind of just looking at stuff like that. So anyway, to kind of give you a little bit of some exposition as to what is going on here, we are doing one of the arena fights on Urdak just before you activate one of the celestial rings, I believe is what they're called. So we're on Urdak, we're playing on Nightmare. We have no super weapon ammunition, no BFG, no crucible charge, and in this arena there is a crucible charge, and so that's kind of what we're basing our strategy off of. And to kind of break that down, we kind of want to circle around this small area to get that crucible charge, because once we defeat two heavy demons, a Baron of Hell spawns in, and so I kind of want to be able to handle him quickly with the crucible, because that's like right as the fight's starting to get crazy. So that's kind of like the gist of it. So part of the strategy is going for the Hell Knight, and then the other two attempts are going towards the Revenant side once we realize what his spawn location is. But there's 4 total attempts here, with the final one being the one where I actually beat it, but we're going to take some time to go through some of these, and we actually did quite a few attempts on this one. These are just 3 of my best failed attempts, and then the final. Alright, so we're going to chain gun and ice bomb this Hell Knight right out the gate. I think that was the best strategy for it. It seemed to work pretty well, didn't give him an opportunity to attack, but me standing around trying to take out that Maker drone was just a bad decision. We lost our armor and our health for that. Here's the first of many single target flame belch. We really should be flame belching groups of enemies, even if, just to get the armor, but this is a really good example of quick decision making that I want to highlight. So let's look at it. So I see the shield soldier, can't say that right, I pull out the plasma gun, and we take him out, and I see that Revenant jump out, I'm like, yeah, let's get that rocket launcher taken off. I miss the shot, and then I decide, you know what, it's not worth it to stand still and try and go for it again, so we're going to reposition and kind of assess the situation from a different perspective. Now we see the Cyber Mancubus. Of course we want to take him out, so let's do that. And there's the Revenant. We're gonna go for a really risky glory kill and not really get punished too bad for it. We should have got punished pretty hard there. Alright. Baron of Hell is taken care of. That's not a big deal. It's part of the plan, but we're standing around too much up here. We were ready for that Cactus Demon, and that was completely on accident too. I pulled out my combat shotgun on accident, but it was just in time. We have 2 charges of fuel. Now we switched to the remote det, and the reason why I stuck on it for so long is I seen that it faltered that Cyber Mancubus, and I was like, oh, this is probably good for this arena. It wasn't. Lock-on burst is just a higher DPS, and I think that would have been ideal for some of these fast-moving targets as well. So the remote det was a mistake, and we don't really take the time to fix it, and we stay on the rocket launcher too much, trying to get value out of the remote detonation. I really like the mod, but I just don't think it was the time for me to use it. And then if I had landed my shots on that Whiplash, that Whiplash would have been taken out of the equation altogether, I think. We're panicking, because we almost throw ourselves off the ledge, and then we get boxed in by these Maker drones. Could use our equipment more. Looks like we might. We start to calm down a little bit more. I wouldn't say stabilize, because we're at a semi-reasonable health. this is bad positioning. I should not stay there. The enemy will almost always have high ground advantage there, and if they come up over that ledge following me, they're blocking off one of my easier exits. I miss a couple shots there. I'm a little frantic. I'm not hitting the shots that I should. And I see the Baron is here, and this is where things go south for me pretty hard. And it's another question of awareness, right? Because I'm focusing all my time on these heavies that are coming in, not paying attention to the Maker drone behind me. So I showed just a quick review of that clip, right? Like, I have some good quick decision makings. I have some questionable decision making choices there. My awareness wasn't on point. I had some questionable positioning, but I decided to not stand still, and that's kind of the point in the game, though. But we'll see in this next clip coming up that I'm actually, my awareness is not that great, and you'll see why. But we're still focusing on the Hell Knight first in this strategy, and circling around to get that Crucible charge. Because, like I said, we have nothing to kind of like clear the board and make things easier for us. But yeah, so I swapped back the remote det because or swapped the remote det off, I should say, because it was a mistake. Shouldn't have done it. Now I'm messing around here a little too much. There's a Hell Knight. I guess we're gonna plasma gun him, but still follow with the same strategy so we get health, I guess. Now here's another example of me taking too much time on these Maker drones. Alright, we get ammo out of it, we get a full health bar, but we very easily could have died there. So we need the Crucible, because the next heavy we kill spawns in the Baron of Hell. And this gets a little wild. They don't want that. He's basically saying he can't be up here, but I tell him no. I can be up here. It's a good thing that portal was there, because that was a dicey situation if I had been caught there. Now, here's where things start to fall apart. I should have used the Crucible to kill the Baron right there. The whole point of getting the Crucible Blade early was so I could take out that first Baron while I'm still taking on all of these other things. And so I'm panicking, I'm at low health, I'm getting chased down by all these heavies, and I jump over here to what is probably one of my worst awareness mistakes. So tell me how many times you see this Baron of Hell, and if you see him at all, right? So let's take a look at this again. So the play here, I think, is once we see the Cacodemon, we shoot the sticky nade in there, because we've seen the Baron twice. So we could either go for the Baron and then turn around and get the glory kill, or get the glory kill and chase down the Baron. But instead, we use our Crucible on the Revenant, which is not what I wanted to do. So I'm panicking a little bit because there's still a super heavy on the field that I had the tools to take care of, and I didn't do it. And then I get punished for making a poor positioning mistake. Or poor positioning choice, I guess. It was a mistake nonetheless, right? So we're going to try and stabilize with the glory kill. Not really stabilize, just try to give us a leg up, because at 18 health, anything one-shots you. I'm sure you know that already. I don't know why I make more of it. Anyway, we're going to see the glory kill that never was, which is, I would say, the reason why I die in this attempt. So, the reason why I say that is because, you know, if I had double jumped up to get that glory kill, it would have reset the double jump. And I could have jumped again, dashed out across the map towards the monkey bars by that really precarious section on the side of the arena. Yeah, awareness was the issue there. Awareness and positioning kind of really did it for me. And panicking a little too much. But this next one, or this next clip, is a failed attempt, but it's where we're starting to go for the Revenant, and it feels, from what I remember of playing this part when I first started going for the Revenant, it feels a little bit more, it feels safer. I'm not sure why exactly, but it just feels safer, I guess. I feel more comfortable with it, if that makes sense. It's easy to kill a Revenant. 2-shot deal with a glory kill. So we're like on track with our typical strategy here. We didn't catch the Hell Knight on the circle around, which we kind of wanted to, but it's okay, we can deal with him later. If we didn't blow our blood punch there on that fodder, we definitely could have killed him now, because we just wasted that blood punch, if I'm going to be honest. Low health's not great. So we decide we're going to take a fight with this Mancubus. And so like the ideal play was to kill him and go up those stairs towards the portal. And we decide not to do that. We get stuck, so maybe that's why we don't. And then we rush out of there the opposite way, which was, I would argue, more dangerous than going towards the portal. And I'm not using my equipment as often. And I might have mentioned that already, but like, well, I need to be using it more. I shouldn't be getting caught in situations like that. I have 2 frag grenades. Like, there's no reason why I can't be using it. You can see I'm panicking a little bit. I got really lucky there. I'm not hitting my shots. Things aren't quite working out the way I'd like them to. But we'll get a little bit of a stabilization here. Except for these prowlers. I love how I mentioned my lack of equipment use and then I bust that out, but that's really the best equipment plays I've had. No, that's a lie, because in the final attempt I've had some pretty good ones. So, things are pretty hairy right now. Oh, yes. So I killed a Maker drone instead of the Whiplash, and that's the death of me, because if I had killed the Whiplash, she wouldn't have been waiting for me right here to hit me with her whips. Maybe I moved too predictably? I'm not sure. So there was just a ton of mistakes in there. I didn't really highlight anything because there was just, it wasn't my best attempt at it, but it was one to take a look at, right? Like, I need to be using equipment more often. That's a given. And, you know, I need to be moving a little bit more sporadically. Anyway, so with the final clip, we're going to take a look at this. We're just going to watch this first section because it's pretty nuts right out the gate if we keep in mind the strategy of killing the Revenant, grabbing the Crucible, and getting the Hell Knight. Oh man, it just goes nuts. So we'll watch it and then we'll break it down. So let's go ahead and get into that. So, you know, as I mentioned, we're following the strategy. We're getting the Revenant taken out of the equation. And we want to catch this Hell Knight. Lucky us, right? And what's this? Oh shit. We got a Cyber Magnus. It's so intense right out the bat. I keep my composure for all of it, so let's kind of break this down again. So like, we're circling around to grab that Crucible Charge because we want to kill the first 2 heavies as quick as possible. So we get the Revenant quickly. We're lucky enough that Maker drone blocks the Hell Knight so that he won't get stuck. We kind of have to jump on him, so we're 1 step ahead of him. We get the stagger and the glory kill. And then with what I have to say is probably my best reaction to a heavy popping up behind me with the Ice Bomb and Blood Punch on the Cyber Magnus. Now here's the thing though, so I knew once I killed it, I was like, okay, that's 3 heavies I just killed. The Baron of Hell's here. Good thing I grabbed that Crucible Blade, right? Now, I'm really lucky I didn't just blow this Crucible Blade on that imp, but I still got the Baron, and honestly, for me, I think that was a lot of key players in this arena that I just took out in a matter of seconds. Which I would still say was, I would give it 50% skill and 60% luck. Do the math on that, you know that it was mostly luck. So anyway, we're gonna get some good, quick decision making. We know we killed the Whiplash and we see the Cacodemon coming, so we're prepared for the shotgun. Just the way to be. We mess around here. We really should not be doing this, but we do it anyway. I guess it refills our health and our ammo, so it's not like a huge deal, but definitely shouldn't have messed around there for that long, especially with a Cyberman just messing around. So, I don't know if I did this on purpose, but I must have subconsciously wanted him up in that center area. And I mean, like, I didn't plan this, but when I Kobe this ice bomb on him, I thought that was pretty slick. And then I'm ready for this homeboy here. We almost get wrecked by that Whiplash, and that Whiplash very easily could have killed us if it had decided to do any of its other attacks. But what does happen is it opens it up for an opportunity for me to get a lot of damage in on that guy, or that Baron. But then I start to panic trying to kill this Cacodemon. So like, the thing is I was quick to get the shotgun out, but I wasn't accurate enough to do what I wanted it to do. I'm thinking like, oh, that Baron's got to be close, but I take the worst position to fight him. Like, I should have died here with the amount of demons that are showing up, but... And then I'm not quite sure what happened in my recording there, but obviously, you know, I jumped around behind that Whiplash. So it's like, as the fight's starting to die down, I don't want to die to anything, and I probably should have tried to go for a glory kill on that, and I shouldn't have gone for such a black shot right there on that end. Like, the shot on the Maker drone was probably the easiest I could do. But this is basically the end of the attempts here. We'll get the glory kill on the Whiplash here, and that ends the attempt. So I'm still making some really silly mistakes in this that I should not be making, right? Like, I should not be messing around trying to get those headshots. I should be trying to get those when I have space to work and I'm not being pressured. I think the way I handled that very first part of that clip was very efficient. I knew what I wanted to do and I did it, I guess. I think it was still very lucky, but that just comes with the territory. What I really like about this game, while we're wrapping this up, is that yeah, you got to be strategic, you got to think a lot, and you have to be on your toes, and you have to improvise and adapt. But once you recognize, like, what you should be using, your enemy patterns and stuff like that, then it works out to be a little bit easier, I would say. But nonetheless, if you like this video, let me know. There's a good chance I might do more like this in the future. Like I said before, I'm trying to get better at this, and maybe this could be used to help somebody else get better, or, you know, like maybe some veterans could come in and leave a comment and tell us how it's done, so to speak. But anyway, that's what I've got for you guys today. So like the video if you liked it, leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like, and that's all I got for you guys. So, you know, be safe, spread the love, and we'll see you next time. Peace.